It is Monday, not Sunday, and I'm on a boat.
Far away.
I'm on a boat, and if you look at the background, the skyline, it looks nothing like Manistee. Hey,
What's
Brian
up?
over there. We got a whole YouTube crew on here. I'm going to introduce you guys in just a second, but we just hooked up on a diver, and it seems like a pretty decent fish. That thing streamed some line out, and now it's doing some head shaking. So
It might be a king. Maybe it's showing up.
could be a king, could be a sheep's head, could be a rock bass. All right, we're gonna let this play out, and I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through the boat. I'm gonna introduce everybody on here, talk about their channels and how things are going out here. But it is just. This is cool out here, guys. If you ever get a chance to come down to Chicago, I've always wanted to do this. And I mean, if you just look at that backdrop, we're pretty, well, we're further away from the big skyline now, but we were there not long ago. We just made a move. And it's just such a cool backdrop. I mean, it's hard to beat sand dunes and beaches, but this is just really interesting. So if you've ever toyed with the idea of taking a trip down here to Chicago, I cannot recommend more. Ernesto over there, Captain Ernesto, and the Thin Blue Line Fishing Charters. These guys run a good program. I am highly impressed. But anyway, let's see what happens with this fish. We got a net going out. See if I can sneak in there even. Oh, big brown.
Yeah.
Big brown.
Got him.
There we go. Fish in the net.
Right. Woo!
Nice job, Max.
Brown. Sweet. Yes. Push it out. Good job, fellas.
Heck of a nice fish there.
Big
Oh,
brown.
look at that brown. We don't get browns like that up there in Memphis
Big
State.
brown. Let's go. What a
Nice
tank.
one on the Wonder Bread.
On a Wonder Bread. Second fish today on that Wonder Bread.
There he is.
Awesome.
Go ahead and hold him up for the cam, Max.
Yeah, grab him up,
Go,
Max.
Max.
Let's get him up here
There
for a
we
shot.
go.
Nice.
Wonder bread's pretty good.
Yeah, hook came out in the net too. Max, there you go. What a beautiful fish. Let's take a good look at that. Look at the coloration on that fish, guys and gals.
Awesome.
What an absolutely gorgeous fish. What do you think, Max?
Awesome,
Yeah,
guys.
you're not kidding. That is a great
Come over here, bud.
fish.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, you guys go ahead. I'm just live. I'm just yakking up here.
Look at that brown, guys. Awesome. You fought really good.
All right. Sun's just popping out. Fish are biting.
Oh, this right here, bro.
There's like 90 cameras on the boat.
That's what happens if YouTube videos.
You gotta keep-
GoPro's beeping all of that.
You gotta keep holding it up for every camera out there. What a beautiful fish.
Awesome.
Yep.
So how
You guys
far
don't got a lot
back
of
was
browns out
that
there,
ditch?
huh?
Not like that.
Yeah.
No, the ones we get are more 6-7 pounders. Ernesto, if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab you for a second.
Yeah.
So you were such a gentleman. You gave me a phone call the one day. You said, "Hey, I got some buddies coming out down here to Chicago. Would you like to come down?" And I could not have been more pleased we got that call. So thank you for the invite. First off,
No problem.
tell me a little bit about your charter, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I run Thin Blue Line Fishing out in Chicago, Illinois. Obviously, we target salmon and trout.
You're not kidding.
This is my 4th year of in business.
Yeah.
You know, and I also do videos, YouTube videos and stuff.
What's the name of your channel?
It's Big Water Fishing with Ernesto.
Okay.
All right. So I also watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and that's how I came across your page and Brian from Big Lake Little Bow, Micah from Shy City Yacker, and I was like, you know what? This will be a great opportunity to
Get
guys
it
together.
Yeah.
Get us together. Have a good day on the water.
I mean, we all
and-
sit around and talk about fishing weekly anyway. We might as well get on a boat and do it also.
Yep. So.
Yeah. So tell me about your boat.
Yeah, so it's a 99 Tiara 3100 open. I bought it about 2 years ago. Obviously, it's a big Lake Michigan boat, so it's
these are the best platforms on
yes,
the Great Lakes.
I strongly agree. They handle well on the water. You know, and they're very spacious and comfortable. Plenty of amenities on the boat.
Yeah.
What's
What's your typical setup? Okay, so we're obviously out here right now. We're targeting Coho, but you're getting also the brown trout like we just did. You're getting some steelhead, the occasional spring kings. What kind of program we running here?
So my program usually consists of my top lines on my boards. I usually run flat lines on a Dodger and with a peanut fly or a 2-inch fly. I usually have that, and then I'll work my way down to a 1-color, 2-color, 3-color, and they'll seem to produce very well out here in Chicago, especially around April
And I'm
to
seeing
May.
4 to 5 boards out of side then.
Yep. So I'll run a couple, you know, either 1s or 2s, multiple 1s or 2s. Just to get our you know, the cohos are up in the water column right now, so that 1 color will get me right where I want it, 2 colors, so put me right in that target zone.
Yeah, definitely. Then you got 3 downriggers going?
Yep, so we got 3 downriggers, you know, and those usually we'll mix them up, you know, we'll play with them to see what's biting.
Yeah.
I usually run them pretty short, anywhere between 7 to 15 behind the ball.
Okay.
Which usually generates pretty good strikes between the cohos and the browns.
Gotcha.
The browns tend to love that short, you know, right behind the ball between 7 to 12.
Do you think that's because it gives them more action on that short lead, or what's your thoughts there?
It could be. I mean, my speeds are higher than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could be because of my boat.
Yeah.
But it's usually between 2.8 to 3.4.
Yeah, it's one thing I noticed is you're a lot faster than we are at the Manistee, where we're targeting like 2.2 to 2.4. You're a whole mile an hour, sometimes more than that.
Yeah, and you know what? It's been just trial and error. You know, I'll run my boat. You know, I'll try to get down as 1.9, and I'll run 1.9, but I won't generate any strikes. And I'll see the fish on my graph. I'll see the bait. But usually, once I increase my speeds, you know, to that 2.8 to 3.4, I usually generate more strikes and land more fish.
So experience pays tolls.
It does.
Yeah, without a doubt. The longer you do this thing, the more you stumble into the right answers sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, at least that's the way I do it. But yeah, we're fishing right outside Chicago right now. We're in what, about 27 foot of water?
Yep, we're at 27. Right now we've been catching them between 15 to 30. So that's basically where we're staying at.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, as you've seen earlier, tons of bait in the area. And they're within that 20 to 25 foot of water range.
Yeah, so 3 downriggers, 4 to 5 long lines per side, one diver per side as well. Man, what's your arsenal here, man? If you're gonna run something that you think this is gonna catch me fish, is it spoons? Is it thin fish? Is it Dodger fly? What do you got?
So to me, it's just as the season progresses, you know, I usually start off with the thin fins. I come out here a lot earlier than a lot of other charter boats because I have a smaller boat, which allows me to. So I'll start running those thin fins earlier, you know, March. Usually once we start getting into mid-April, late April, I'll start transitioning over to the double O Dodgers with the peanut flies, 2-inch flies. And I usually always have spoons in my program. Spoons usually always tend to produce, you know, if it's 1 or 2 fish that we get on those.
You like the smaller spoon size this time of the year, or do you go Magnum, or what's your choice?
So I usually run, the last few years, I usually been running the Slims.
Yeah.
When I've had the Slims out this year, they're not generating the amount of strikes and that I have the previous year, so I've started using more the standard and the Magnum size.
Gotcha. So if these guys want to book a trip with you, Ernesto, which I think somebody might after they watch this, because you're a heck of a good captain, how do they get in touch with you? You got a website?
Yeah, so my website is thinbluelinefishingllc.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Basically, if you Google Thin Blue Line Fishing LLC Chicago, all my information will pop up. My cell phone number is 708-663-2467. That's my cell phone number. I have it on me all the time.
Great. George Goff just asked, are we running with the current, cross current, or against current?
So we've been basically doing circles. So.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I noticed too.
Yeah, we're trying.
But I wanted you to say that, not me.
Yeah, so we're basically trying to stay in that pot of bait. I fished this area yesterday. We covered a lot of water. You know, and this area that we're currently in produced way more fish than the other bodies of water that I was at yesterday.
Beautiful. And I'm just looking at that skyline again behind you, just how gorgeous that is. What a great place to fish. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for a trip, come down here, jump on with Ernesto on board the Thin Blue Line Fishing, and just go out here and catch some fish. This guy's good at what he does. But we got some other people here to talk to. One of them is Max. He's over here. He is the son of Brian over there.
How's it going, guys?
Brian runs Big Lake City Boat YouTube channel. Great channel. He and his boy Max here. They're on there all the time doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing out there in a little boat. But we've all done it. And luckily, most of us have lived to tell the tale. But tell us about your channel, Brian.
So, like Chris said, it's Big Lake Little Boat. Find us on YouTube. I do have an Instagram. My Facebook page is Brian at Big Lake Little Boat. Find me on Facebook. We fish predominantly the southern end of Lake Michigan, which heats up in the spring. We're the first to get the coho. We're the first to get everything. So, a lot of my content is up before some of the northern content. So, feel free to find us. I take out my son Max. He follows me. I've been taking him out since he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I got him starting to run boards and stuff when he was 5.
That guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, always does, always
You see
does.
8 heads whip around,
Yep.
yeah.
So we take friends and family out. We fish anywhere between New Buffalo, Portage, Indiana, East Chicago, Indiana, Hammond, Indiana. That's kind of where we go. We have ventured up towards Michael's Way, which you guys will talk to him in a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
We fished the Big Pond Brawl up there. We fished the Hoosier Coho Club tournament down there in Portage. We've done fairly well with our small boat, and we prove that you can get out on the lake in a small boat.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
You've got to watch the wind. You've got to watch what happens 12 hours prior, and you also have to watch what happens 4 hours later. So you really need to focus on that wind forecast, but it can be done. So
When you say you got a little boat, what's your boat?
so we have a 16.5 foot, I'm sorry, let's start over. So it's a 2001 Mr. Pike 16 Lund. So it's 16.5 foot. We typically run 2 to 3 downriggers. We have up to 4. We've typically run 2 dipsies and then copper. So I've kind of skipped that on the lead over the years, and I just run copper. So
Yeah.
and a lot of high boards during the spring, obviously. So that's pretty well our setup.
It's just normally the two of you?
We bring Max.
friend Logan.
Max has his best friend's Logan. They're the same grade at his high school. He comes along typically. We've got some other buddies that come come with us every once in a while. Get my dad out with us. Occasionally my daughter. So it's a family channel.
You do a lot of tournaments?
The only tournament we ever do, just because it's kind of we're really limited on what days we can go out. We fish the Hoosier Coho Club and the SouthEnd.org kind of go together out of Portage in Michigan City, and they put a tournament out there. We fished our first time fishing it 3 years ago. We got 4th. Last year we got 5th, and this year we got 4th again. So
That's great.
The
That's
first
great.
top 5 finishes 3 years in a row.
You can get it done on a little boat, guys. And
Absolutely.
if you want to figure out how, you want to learn more, check these guys out, both of them. Big Lake Little Boat on YouTube. Max,
Yep.
you're a fishing fanatic. I could tell that from the moment I stepped
am.
onto this boat. You love to be out here.
I set the rods up. I changed lures. I looked online. Watch everyone's channel. Watch every video. Watch every short of everyone's stuff online.
I can tell, Billy. Let's talk more about the way you spend your dad's money on lures.
I buy a lot of lures, especially during Christmas.
Somebody says that he watches my channel a lot. And whatever I seem to mention, he wants to go out and buy. So
That's a fact.
I'm guaranteeing you guys that the next time I mention a lure, it's going to be a Max special, and it's going to be the most expensive lure package that I can ever come up with. So thanks, Max. I appreciate it. Let's talk to Michael. Michael, introduce yourself, man.
Hi, I'm Michael. I have a channel on YouTube, Shy City Yacker, and I'm kind of unique in that I focus on kayak fishing for salmon and trout on Lake Michigan. Kind of I guess for some folks it's kind of a psychotic thing to do, but it's actually been something that's been growing on the western side of Lake Michigan now for, well, geez, I've been doing it since 2015, and it's such a unique way to catch salmon and trout on the lake. You're low to the water, light gear. Fighting the king in the fall from your kayak it's nothing like fighting it in the boat. It's totally different. So
Levi Burns says he's been following you for a long time.
Yeah, hey
Michael.
Levi, appreciate that, dude.
We got a few people commenting on
Yeah.
here that they recognize a lot of you guys.
Maybe they might have stumbled across my video, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
And salmon fishing in the lake we're pretty small, like on the YouTube side of things. Like so yeah, I try to teach folks if they want to get into that kind of fishing, how to do it, and how to do it safely. Obviously, there's a big safety factor involved in that. Being smart about going out in the water and all of that.
Yep.
But man, there's nothing like it to be able to do it. And I think we're also unique on this side of the lake that like now in the spring we got Coho that run along the shoreline. So going out, you're going right in front of the harbor, makes it very accessible, even for small boats too. There's a lot of comparable things between small boat fishing and kayak fishing.
Yeah.
In terms of going out in the conditions, stuff like that. So in the spring, fall, we can fish right in front. Summertime is the challenging part. It's where more advanced stuff goes. You gotta go offshore and gotta time the weather so you don't go out there and get stuck in some crazy stuff. But it's been a lot of fun, and I also
Jeff Spears saying hello. Also, he watches all of
hey, what's up, man?
I didn't recognize Jeff's name too.
So so that's on the kayak side, and then I also help on the Lake Michigan Angler TV, and that's more on the boating side of stuff. So we focus on.
Steve Steele, good to see you. I'm sorry, Michael.
No, you're fine. Yeah,
Just saying hi to everybody.
We focus on the boat side of things for fishing salmon and trout, especially for newer guys. We see so many. I don't know, Chris, on your side, if you're seeing so many guys that are coming from inland fishing, small boats that are wanting to dive into salmon fishing now.
It runs through the veins of everybody in Manistee.
Yeah.
If you fish the inland, you're probably fishing the big lake
Right.
too. Yeah, but I'm sure it's the same way around here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more people, to be quite honest, they're leaving the walleye world or the bass fishing world, and they're wanting to get into the salmon side of things here, and so we focus on trying to teach those guys how to do it, and to do it successfully.
Yeah.
So then we focus on northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, our area of water, which is very unique. We've got the hills, is what we call it, a real piece of structure that runs from just about Waukegan all the way to about Racine. And it's I guess not quite like what you guys have over there, but it's similar in that it's a drop off for us, but there's a lot of underwater structure. We got a lot of hills from like about 40 feet to about 100. So throughout the year, these fish will stage at various parts along that hill, and you can go to town on kings, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys got a really diverse fishery around here. It's a great place to fish. I told these guys, and I told you earlier, this has been on my bucket list for a long time to come down here and do this. Could be more thrilled.
I was excited when he put it together. And like, yeah, Christmas. I was like, really? Oh, this is gonna be an amazing trip.
Well, I don't know what I bring to the table, but I sure appreciated the invite. But so Shy City Yacker,
Yep.
And Great Lakes Angler.
Lake Michigan Angler.
I'm sorry, Lake Michigan Angler.
Yeah.
When I first saw his, I said this earlier, but when I first saw Shy City Yacker, I thought it was about drinking in Chicago, and I was completely wrong.
Sorry to disappoint.
Happily wrong. Yeah, happily wrong. But hey guys, we got about 100 people on here. Throw some questions out real quick, whatever you want to know. We got a great crew on here. We got Tim here, my first mate, Blind Osprey on the channel. Everybody knows Blind Osprey. Tim is
I'm here, fishing Chicago.
Tim is a great fisherman also. I mean, with Tim here, that brings our median age up in the 80s, but that's okay. No, Tim's a great fisherman as well. So please throw some questions out. If not, we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. But throw questions out. We're not going anywhere just yet. I'm just going to walk you around the boat, show you the spread. 1 color, 2 color, 2 color, 3 color, 3 color, something like that. There's a whole bunch of colors out there. We got a diver going off here. We got 3 downriggers going off the bat. And then again, the assortment of long lines going out. And we're running a mixture of Ninja boards and offshore boards. And they seem to be playing pretty well together. I'll give you a little look here, some of the stuff that we're running. Michael, what was the name of that company you were telling me about? The one that newer in the market?
Yeah, so these guys, Mr. Chrome.
Mr. Chrome.
They're a Michigan company, husband and wife company owned, family owned.
Okay.
And so it's new to us. We heard about them, we saw their stuff, we picked it up, and these little mini flashes, we've been having to go fast for these Cohos so far, 2730, and with the double Dodge, they just wash out at that high speed.
They start spinning.
Yeah, so these guys have been doing really good for us.
Okay.
This is one of their spoons, pineapple paradise.
I saw that spoon, and I about about grabbed it. Just put it in my
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, it's been smoking for us. I'll probably get it back on the water in a few. Just trying to mix it all up, see what these fish want. And there's a ton of bait, so we're competing with all the live bait, which can make it a little tough sometimes. But there's so much.
What we've been seeing on the graph is
It's
absolutely
just lit up.
just amazing what
The
we're seeing
whole
on there.
screen will light up with bait.
But guys, yeah, we're running like stubby dodgers on things, spoons on some things. We even got a couple plugs on some things.
That was the first fish was on a J plug.
On a J plug.
Size 4, Lucky Charms.
And I was pleasantly surprised to see that thing taking.
They didn't have faith when I put it out. That's all that.
I had faith. I had complete faith in you. No, I didn't. But that's okay. Ernesto, what's the size limit out here on some of these fish?
So for the most part, we're not going to keep anything under 14 inches. So basically, if it's under 14, we're throwing it back into the water.
Yep,
Unless,
gotcha.
you know, if it's not going to survive or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
But,
Yep, mortally wounded in some way.
But
Sure.
for the most part, we're not catching anything under that under 14 inches.
Okay.
For the most part, they're going to be 17 inches and up.
Yep, gotcha. And one guy I didn't mention it. That's Leo over there. That's Ernesto's brother. He's first mate now. He's doing a heck of a job as well. These guys run a good program. Good program. All right, it's tapering off here. We got about 110 people on here. We got a bunch of thumbs up. I appreciate that. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. Everybody say bye.
See ya.
All right,
Thank you.
we'll see you next Sunday night. Thanks for being here, everybody.